All right, so welcome to our quick little video. I don't know how quick it's going to be. A video describing this Industrial Revolution master grid. Um, Once you look, there's two different things in here. There's the grid itself. There's a progress tracker where you're able to click and keep track of what you do and don't do for this assignment. Take a look. So first of all, I want you to notice this is view only. So if you were a student who likes to use these little black boxes to drag things across, you're going to come on up here and you're going to make a copy. You can do the entire presentation or you can just do the selected slide. It's up to you what you want to do. So right here we go, entire presentation. So this is my copy. So then that way, as I finish, I'm able to drag these black boxes over. All right. So if you notice, there are about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things you must do, 2 things that are optional, and 1 thing is if you have time. So you must complete these things in order. If you don't do them in order, it's not going to make sense. It's going to make your life a lot harder. So you're going to start up here. You're going to watch a couple ed puzzles. Then down here, you do it wiser. Mastery check. We'll do this next week. I'll talk about this. And there's a little formative in here to help. 2 level 2 assignments where you work on different things. You collect sources. This is one where if you notice, it says yellow boxes can be skipped with my permission. So if you're running behind on things or for whatever reason, you might be able to skip this one. We'll have a class discussion here about your level 3 projects, and then you'll create these projects. If you finish early, there's one last thing to do. So let's go ahead and take a look at these different level 1 activities. The first one, the first 2 wisers, ed puzzles, if you notice, shows you what it looks like, and then down here it gives you the alternative. So if you don't like watching ed puzzle videos, you can skip it. You have to read in the textbook and then write a paragraph by hand. That's key. And give that to me in order to skip these. But most of you will watch these ed puzzles. So when you click, you log in, go to ed puzzle. It might ask you to log in, and then you just log in as a student. Now, I can't open these yet because it's not available till tomorrow. But you see here, it says 2 activities. There are 2 different videos for you to watch. So this is what you'll do first is watch these videos, answer these questions. The first video is all about how the textile industry, clothing industry, drove the Industrial Revolution in the United States. The next one is all about improvements in transportation and communication. When you're finished that, you come to this little wiser. And it tells you right here which wiser to complete. Click on wiser.me. You probably will not be logged into this, so you might have to log in. And once you log in, it'll bring you to this page. It says factory system, urbanization, and child labor. So notice, read the directions. These wisers are straightforward as long as you read the directions. So it says click here anywhere. So when you click here, it brings you to the Duxter's website. I'm telling you, these sites, some of you hate them. They give you so much good information in simpler language than anything else. Answer these questions. I think there are 10 questions to answer using that one. The next thing says go to Google Images and search for growth of cities, Industrial Revolution photo. So copy it, and then paste it in here. And then if you click on images, it tells you just to look, right? It says, after looking at the first several lines of images, sort the descriptions in the category that best fit into. Right? So if you notice, I already did some of these. So if I look through these, just kind of peek through, I look at these different pictures. Maybe I see animals or trees. Maybe I'm like, you know what? I didn't see any animals or trees. So I put it over here. Next thing says, what is urbanization? Using this site or research on urbanization on your own, define and describe characteristics of the term. Right. So here's the site. If you want to use that one, or you can go on your own. It's tell me what is urbanization and give me a few things that make it urbanization. Google working conditions during the Industrial Revolution. Again, copy and paste it, which does not fit. And then you're going to watch a video, answer a few questions. This one takes some time, and it's okay. If you need help, let me know. I'll be happy to go through this with you in class, whatever. You tell me. Finally, when you're done all level 3s, it's your opportunity to practice and tell me what you know. It says you'll take this quiz in class. Here's a formative to practice the quiz. So if we look up here, brings you here, and then there are 10 different questions you can answer, all multiple choice. When you're done, submit it. It'll tell you what you got right, what you got wrong. All right. Again, if you made a copy, then you're more than welcome to start going through and dragging the boxes over whatever you complete as you complete them, right? That way you have the visual representation. Next slide says level 2 thick slide. So it says make a copy of this template, follow the directions, and attach it to number 87. So if you come back here, you see First Industrial Revolution level 2 work. So what I would do is I'd make a copy of this, right? So I come up here, I click use template, and then the very first thing I do before I do anything else is I'd come here to 87, and I would add or create Google Drive, and there's my recent one. So now I know mine is in here. So when I make my stuff, when I make changes to this, it'll go right away. So if I click on the questions, says how does he describe the factory? What's the start time, end time, whatever it is. Anything that's blue, you notice they're linked, right? They're linked. So the first question says paragraph 1. Well, here's paragraph 1. The second question says paragraph 2. Here's paragraph 2. So you're just going to follow those directions to find these things. All right. And then you're going to put images that help you make sense of. The first one is this life in the mills. Any images that will make sense of these things. All right. So this is worth 8 points. You have to have all 3 parts done. So, words of Dickens, what it's really like, and the images, and everything has to be correct and make sense. So that's your level 2. Your second level 2 is a Google Doc. And again, when you come here, it says use template, use the template, right? Right away, come back now to number 87, add or create. There's your child labor. So now you have it attached when you're done. So it says our goal is to analyze primary sources, Lewis Hines photographs, and John Spargo's novel, The Bitter Cry of Children, to understand how industrialization and urbanization affected children in the 19th and 20th centuries. So you see, it tells you to answer any 12 of these questions. All right, any 12. When you're looking up here at these different stations that have like a number of blue links underneath, it says, describe the place and surroundings you see in these images. What else do you notice? Right? It's not just this picture. If you click here, it takes you to primary sources. That one's about writing. This one's a picture. Right? So use these, kind of take your time and look through these different pictures about what, to help answer those questions. All right. Finally, your level 3, this is like your big project. So the level 3, here's where you collect possible resources. It's a Google form. You're going to do this 3 different times. Right, I'll come back to this in a second. This is one you can skip if you need extra time, but you need my permission to skip it. So the big thing is the essential question. You're going to answer an essential question by recording your voice like a podcast or creating a little Google Vids video. We'll show you how to do that one. But it says use the information from this mini unit and supporting information to answer your essential question. So you pick any one of these 6 essential questions. You're going to answer it using information from the source, using information, and then also information from here and additional research as supporting information. Now, early on in the year, we picked one of these 6 essential questions to answer time and time again. You can use that one. Or you can use one that maybe matches the best here, or you feel like would be the easiest to answer here. I will be honest, for me, the 2 ones that make the most sense, in what ways can change progress or growth be positive and negative. So what was like good about the Industrial Revolution, what was bad, and also like what's it mean to be a good person then or live a good life. So like what kind of lives were they living during this Industrial Revolution? Was it a good or a bad life? If you have time to do sources, you fill out this little Google form, and otherwise we're going to create this and we'll have more directions when it comes to your level 3 a little later on. Good luck. Don't forget these assignments. You have plenty of time in class to work on these. I'm around for any and all help you need, especially when it comes to these level 1 assignments. It's about getting the information and understanding the information. So rather than just getting answers from somebody else, if you need help and you want me or Mrs. Rance to walk you through these things and talk you through these things, I'd be more than happy to help. All right. Good luck.